Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. We're a little early. Better early than late, right? Let's see. Okay. Let's get the chat going. Hope everybody's having a good morning. I woke up a little bit late, but I got myself going and moving. Got some shipping done and got all my little morning chores done. And we're good to go. Morning, Maggie.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Getting things going today.
Yeah, me too. I sold a jacket on Poshmark for $60.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
So I'm just trying to get that all in order. And still no video.
Well, that stinks.
It really does. I mean, I spent 2 hours without the computer yesterday updating the operating system. And that didn't work. And I fear I'm going to have to take it in. And I don't really want to be without it.
Do you have an extra?
No.
You don't have a standby?
Nope. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Michael has a computer. So if I had to,
right,
I could use the list and stuff. And I have my iPad. I've never actually done any listing or anything on the iPad. So.
Well, and you have your phone.
And I have my phone. Yeah. Yeah.
So you know, you have options.
I do.
Sometimes we don't like to change because we like what we've been doing, and
yeah,
it's hard to.
We're set in our way. Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes we got to do that.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
I mean, just like Nikki's always said, she ran her business solely off of her phone, not even off of her computer. So.
Right. And I know people who do that.
It can be done.
Yeah.
It's just we don't like to do that because that's not the norm.
No.
Morning, OJ.
I'm a slow lister to begin with, so to have to do it on a different platform or a different, way.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this.
But sometimes if we're forced to do that, we find that things might be a little bit easier.
Right. That's absolutely true.
So we kind of stumble onto it, not willingly, but we, try to.
Right.
We have to do what we got to do, so we're kind of forced into it.
Yeah.
Morning, Sally.
Morning.
And you were up and going on the chat this morning.
I was in bed. Well, I woke up at 5, and then I laid down again for another hour and a half.
Chick
There's over here. Stacker. I hope everybody's having a good morning. What is today? It's
Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay.
Back to work.
Keep up. Can't even keep up.
Just flew by.
Those 5 days is
5 days is nothing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sally.
Feels like I was at work yesterday. Good morning, OJ.
Yep.
I had to put on preheat my oven. It takes probably 30 minutes to preheat to 400.
Wow.
That's the only difference with this one, since Brandon fixed it and everything,
Yeah.
changed it over. It just still takes a long time to preheat.
Huh.
So we have one of those thermometers that's on the inside
Mhm.
that we keep in there so that we can know the exact temp,
Yeah.
and everything. So I'm trying to make biscuits, buttermilk biscuits. Buttermilk biscuits.
From scratch or from a package?
What are you doing?
Yep. Well, I thought I'd ask. You never know. That's weird.
I don't know where Buddy Crocker went, but she ain't here.
That's weird because I seen some recipe last night for like southern biscuits or something like that, and I'm like, that sounds good, but I don't have anybody to make them for me, so.
That sounds good, and I ain't making them for myself.
So too much trouble to make them for myself, so.
Jason.
It's so funny. Remember, well, it had to have been about probably 6 or 7 years ago. There was a story where this lady had went grocery shopping, and then she was going home, and she got in a car accident, and it was just a fender bender, and she thought she was dying because the biscuits had exploded and landed on the back of her head, and she thought her brains were falling out.
I remember
And
oh my god.
And there was so many things with biscuits, like them popping and scaring people and popping and, causing heart attacks. And the biscuits nowadays, they don't pop like that.
No.
You have to stick a fork in them for them to go, and that's it,
Yeah.
There's no pressure behind them.
Yeah, that's funny.
God, we're starting early today. Hello.
Oh my gosh.
National Singing Day. Todd should sing.
Signing.
Oh, signing. Oh, never mind.
National Signing Day. That could mean a whole lot of things, right?
Yeah.
There.
You can sing and sign at the same time and get both bases covered.
You just watch for flying birds all over the place. People will take that to the next level, no doubt.
Yep. We're number one.
So, yeah. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, okay.
Good. Morning, Hank. Good.
So I started listing on Mercari yesterday, cross listing, and
Me
I got
too.
a sale.
Oh, did you?
did?
I did.
Already?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow,
Yes.
what would you sell her?
Good job.
I sold a Mary Kay cosmetic brush bag.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So was happy about that.
Yeah, good job.
That was good.
I put lots of items up there yesterday. Like we're calling to confirm Brandon's appointment. He has an ultrasound tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
He has a problem.
Stop.
Okay. You don't need to know any more than that, I don't think.
Sally's already starting the signing for today.
He's like,
Yeah. No, make it stop.
Oh my God.
Wow. It's Wacky Wednesday today. So I logged into so yes, I got a sale over on Mercari. It was it was $20, I think. But $20 is $20, right?
Oh yeah.
So I was happy about that. And so this morning I log into Poshmark and they are doing new shipping rates.
I heard
Oh, they
about.
are.
Yeah. $7.11 now.
Oh, wow. That's
Which is quite a jump. It's what it was $6.79.
Yeah.
And so now it's $7.11. So what is that? Get your math caps on here.
I had hoped that they, what was it before? $6.79.
$6.79.
And what's it now? $6.11? $7.11?
$7.11.
32 cents.
Yeah. I mean, that's not, I guess it's not crazy, but it's, you
Almost
know.
10% increase.
Yeah. So.
I hope that I mean, I get why they're doing it. I mean, shipping's gone up and they haven't really raised it since I've been on the platform, I don't think, but I'd hope
they raised it once, I think.
It was $6.49. They raised it to $6.79, and then now a $7.11.
I'd hope they would keep it under the $7 mark. It just looks better, you know, at $6.99.
Yeah.
Oh,
but you know, it is priority shipping.
Yeah.
And you know, so I guess you just kind of have to take that with a grain of salt. You know, it is what it is.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, so that was a bummer, but you know, it's gonna happen. It happened with eBay. It happened with, I'm sure, Mercari.
Oh yeah.
You know, of course, with Mercari, I ship my own labels. I ship them through
the
Pirate Ship. So, and I'm doing free shipping over there. Seems to do really well. Like it seems to get, you notice a difference. You know, with eBay, it's hard to notice a difference if you're doing free shipping and stuff. But it seems to get people's attention, even because I was just kind of tacking, you know, shipping onto the price and then do free shipping, and it seems to work over there.
Yeah.
A little better. So for right now, that's what I'm going to do. And I hear that a lot with a lot of different sellers, is that they do free shipping and just put it on the price. So
yeah,
that's what you got to do.
The only thing is you got to make sure that you know what your bottom line is, so you're not shorting yourself, you know. That's the kicker. Hey, Joanna.
Right.
Hope you're having a good morning.
Hi, Joanna. Hey.
I had a package last week that I shipped. Well, I shipped it media mail, an Amazon fulfilled thing, and it never arrived. And if you look at the tracking, it says in transit to next facility, but it's been that way since January the 12th.
Huh.
So I ended up refunding the buyer. It was media mail, so it wasn't insured. So that's a loss on me. And yesterday I get a message from an eBay buyer saying, I pay priority shipping. Why didn't you ship this priority? It only takes me 3 days. She's in Texas. It only takes 3 days to get something from my daughter in Philadelphia, and I'm still waiting for this package. So I went on, I said, I did ship it priority, but it's now also saying in transit to next facility. So I'm afraid that one might be lost too. But it's only, that one's only been, I shipped it out the 31st of January. So it should have been there.
Yeah.
But I don't
Joanna
know.
says Maggie, it's stuck.
Yeah, but how do you shake it loose, or can you even? I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I just hate these buyers who come on the attack. It's not,
Right.
you know, we're still waiting for this. Can you give me any information? Why didn't you ship this priority? I paid for priority shipping. Why didn't you use priority? I did use priority. Like, can't they see that on their side, on their end?
Some of them though, they act like they'll act like it's almost like an Amazon organization, to where, you know, eBay is a whole. You know, it's like, you know, there's eBay sellers, but they're with eBay. So you know, it doesn't matter if you're the one who sold it. Right. They think they're talking to a corporation as a whole. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you know, they don't understand that we don't have any involvement in it at all. Joanna says, report it to USPS. I found out they were holding my missing curtains in Kansas. I got it back a month later after I filed a stolen package on USPS website.
I mean, in this case, I'm assuming if it doesn't show up, I can refund her, and then I can get its priorities insured. So they would reimburse me, presumably, for a lost package.
How long has it been out?
It's not been out it's only been out since January 31st, the second one. So
yeah, just start a lost package search on USPS website.
A claim?
Yeah, a claim, and make sure you write down the numbers, because I've had several lost packages close together and I forgot the numbers and I couldn't tell which one they were emailing me about. Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
I shipped 2 of the exact same package this morning. And one I saved $9 on pirate ship, and the other I saved about 25 cents using USPS. So don't necessarily stay with pirate ship.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's close. So the close package was cheaper using eBay shipping. Mm-hmm. And the one that went out to California, I saved $9. And it's exact same, you know, the last 2 of those printers I had.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sold every one of those now.
Nice.
Good job,
I got to find you some more. Those are jackpot.
Yeah.
Huh.
I netted about $300 on that deal.
Sweet.
On that one box of printers.
That's the way to do it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I would have netted a little bit more, but I had to buy they had all the power cables in separate box lots. So I had to pay up on top of the printers to get the cables, all the power cables.
Do you think you could have gotten more out of those printers?
I don't know. They sure did go fast.
Yeah.
Probably could have gotten another $5 or $10 each more, but
were there comps?
Yeah, they were all over the place.
Oh.
So I don't know. Haven't sold a single one of the cash drawers yet. They just
do you have any registers to go with those?
Nope.
No.
But they are they're so big. They're heavy and they're big dim weight. So I have to charge
Right.
like $27 shipping. So those are going to be slow movers, I think, because you can just about go get a new one at your business supply place for what I'm charging. But I can't just give them away, you know?
Right.
So
I
I'm not sure
just
how I'll
got-
move those.
I
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I just got an update email on this package. So the package is going to Texas. On February 3, it left the Coppell, Coppell, Texas Distribution Center.
Yep.
And today it arrived at the Spokane, Washington Distribution Center. What is it doing in Spokane, Washington?
Good grief.
Yep, that ain't right.
Well, I would just send a message to the buyer and say, look, this is USPS making a big mistake, not me.
Right.
Lord. At least it's not in transit to next facility. At least it's somewhere.
Yeah, as soon as it gets to Spokane, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we fucked up," so they're gonna send it. You know, they're gonna send it on, and you know, at least it's not stuck, really.
Yeah.
Most of the time I have that, the buyer's usually fairly understanding.
Hopefully.
But if they accuse you of sending it something besides priority, that didn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah, and just let them know. You know, like once we send it out, they have the tracking and everything. They're responsible for that. I am not responsible for that. So don't be giving any money back or anything because it's their fault.
No, it's way too.
Yeah, I mean, just let them know that, you know, it got sent to a different area and it's coming back, and you know, you'll get it when you get it.
What happens in that case? Like if it didn't shake loose, if it was lost, and I'm not responsible, but still there's a buyer who paid money. They're just out of luck? Like as a seller, I wouldn't want that, right?
Well, you would file a claim.
Yeah.
USPS would pay you, and you would pay your buyer. So both of you would actually get money.
You got free insurance up to $100 on.
Yeah, I've got insurance on that
priority.
one. The Amazon one, I was out of luck because that was medium mail. Hey, Carol. Oh Lord.
They don't give you anything for Amazon for as far as insurance?
Not on media mail. No, neither does eBay. I mean, media mail is just not insured if you don't buy it.
Making a claim on USPS is a pain, though. There's so many things to fill out.
I've never had to do it. I've never had to do it.
See,
It's not hard.
I don't think it's hard at all, and it's really. I usually get. I've gotten back everything that I've ever filed. I think the hardest thing is you make sure that you have everything before you start filing, or else if you don't save it, like midway through, sometimes it'll disappear and then you have to start over.
Yeah. I mean, it's an inconvenience, no doubt about it, but to file it, it's not. I mean, I'm surprised because it's a federal, entity. I'm surprised that there's not more hoops to jump through.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Me too.
Because usually with something like that, you'd have like a pile of papers for a $5 refund.
Yeah, but I just sit there tapping in the fields and go, it's not my fault it's missing. You know, I should just be able to say, this is lost. Send me the money, you know. Don't have to type in the weight it was and the addresses. You already got those. Shut up. Why do I have to fill this out? And I'm gonna need a lollipop and
That's what I'm saying.
Snicker bar, so I don't turn into Roseanne Barr.
You could be a diva.
Joanna says, I sent a set of books one time, media mail, and it got stuck in Arizona. When the package arrived, the box was open with no duct tape on the box. I had to.
Oh, yeah. She had to refund.
I had to refund
Yeah.
the buyer. Yeah.
I've had to do that. I had a box that just arrived. The guy got the package, but nothing in it. Set of books.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I don't think
how
I've
does
ever had
that
that happen.
friggin' happen? God. They just fell out in the truck, and we went ahead and delivered the empty box.
Lori?
Buying spaces. Do you want your mommy? I love them flipping critters.
Hi, Myra. Hi, Rebecca.
I mean, that's, you know, nobody wants to go through that. Nobody wants to spend the time on it, you know, but it's just one of those inconveniences, and we got to do it.
Yeah.
Right back. I got to put my biscuits in. My butterbit biscuits.
As soon as she hears me talking, here she comes.
Morning, Lori.
Good morning.
How you doing?
All right. I get my MRI tomorrow morning.
Woohoo!
It's like about time. Where are you going? What? Oh, you went out. Hold on, I gotta let her out.
Yeah, that's good. She's gonna get her MRI done, and that's been a long time coming. But that'll get done, and she can figure out what she's doing and what needs to be done, and get that all taken care of.
All right. You heard the other two playing, I guess. I want to go join them. They're either playing or fighting. I don't know. As long as there's no blood, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so thankful they finally called. I was like, come on. Let's get this over with.
Yeah. Well,
So it's surgery then?
Well, from what the doctor said when she examined my knee, and you know, when they push on it and you about come off the table, they know there's something wrong there. So she said in her experience, it's from all the sports injuries she's dealt with and all the other things, it's probably a torn meniscus, just based on my reaction and how my movement is with my knee and all that. So
It's so painful.
mm-hmm. I mean, it's fine at the moment. I won't say fine, but I can walk on it. But if I turn a certain way, or even if I try to bend over, I can't even do that unless I kick my leg out behind me. I can't really bend my knee when I'm standing. I can sit and let it bend. And if I'm sitting with my legs up and Bambi's little foot gets in that little crevice right there, oh my goodness! Me and her in the chair both just come up out of the. It's just a certain little spot, and it's I guess where it runs right down the side of your knee, and it's very painful. So I just have to baby it, and that's what I've been doing. So I try not to do anything strenuous. I mean, other than having to go down the stairs, you know, outside, but that's about it. But what they call that, devil down, angel up, you put your bad foot down first, and then your good one. And then when you go to step up, you put your good foot up.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
I tore my meniscus once. I was literally just walking down through Center City going to work, and I stepped off the curb. I didn't step off bad. I didn't step off different. I was just walking, stepped off the curb, and when I stepped off, the knee was it just hurt so bad. And then I couldn't
put pressure on it.
Some person, stranger, had to help me hobble all the way across the street, and then I called a coworker and they came out and helped me hobble into the office, and it was so painful.
That's the way it was the night I did it. I know exactly what you're feeling.
Yeah, and I had to have the surgery to repair it.
I mean, I was hoping it would heal, but it's not healing on its own. So
no.
And that's what she said. She said you really don't want it to heal on its own because then it could heal wrong. So,
right.
But yeah, I won't be doing the Macarena anytime soon, or probably ever again.
Well, you're not going to be any fun on our cruise if you can't do the Macarena.
I can do all the other motions. I just can't turn real fast. I mean, real slow at it.
So get you healed up before the cruise.
Yeah.
Your nephew has a second date today.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
He's excited. I'm excited for him. She's a nice girl.
That's good.
Her name's Ariel. That's what I asked him. I said, "So what's her name?" And he said Ariel, and I said, "Oh, okay, Ariel," and because she spells it a little different, and he goes, "Yeah, Ariel, like." Dun, 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 dun.
Does she live under the sea with crabs?
Teenagers, you give them an inch and they swim all over you.
Good job, Lori.
Well, that's good. I'm glad he has a.
Yeah.
He has a date. Does she have a job?
Yeah. She works at Walmart.
Okay. Is she his age?
Yes. She is. I think she's a year or two older than him, actually.
Okay. So. She has a car?
Hi, Tina.
Yeah, she was actually working in the West Branch Walmart, and she's going to be here for 3 months because they're doing the remodel. So she's helping with that.
Go back to West Branch?
And then, yeah, but she lives in St. Helen.
Okay.
Which isn't far.
Okay. Cool. That's awesome.
Tina says, keep singing.
Under the sea, down where there's water, life is such better.
And you kissed a girl.
Oh my God, we're stupid.
Tina and Julie, oh my God. That we had when we were babysitting those kids, they wanted to watch that movie 10 times a freaking day.
My daughter can pretty much repeat it word for word.
I can. I know I can, just from the kids watching it, because we're sitting there, oh my God, we didn't have a phone, or I was gonna act like I had a phone, but I didn't even have a phone at that time. So I was like, oh my God,
Oh, so you guys were over there drinking wine coolers and getting drunk. Oh my gosh.
No, you went out. You stay out.
Yeah. Rebecca says they all start out nice and then break our son's heart. So hopefully she is one of the good ones. She has 4 boys. Yep. I have 2 boys. Tina says, "You're welcome."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's, it's kind of, it's not. I mean, it definitely brings back memories from, my kids watching all the Disney movies and stuff like that. But yeah, and then to see your grandkids doing the same thing, like with Moana and Frozen, and they could watch that over and over and over and over again.
Morning, Patty.
I still like to watch the older Disney movies. Teresa's never seen them because the way she grew up, they weren't allowed to have TV because they were Pentecostal. So she's never even seen Bambi,
wow.
or Cinderella. None of those. I said we were having a all Disney weekend one weekend and do nothing but watch, from the very first one till whatever. So
yeah.
I said, you have got to see these. Now, she's seen the newer ones, like The Lion King and, Maleficent and all those, those newer ones like that. But anything before that, back when we were kids, she's never seen. She'd never seen any Disney. She'd never seen Xanadu. She'd never seen Grease or Wizard of Oz because of The Witch. She wasn't allowed to see that.
Fantasia.
So, Fantasia, she'd never seen that. I mean, so... when she seen the Wizard of Oz, of course it was on TV. It wasn't the same as it being on the big screen, but she was in awe of it, And so then we took her to La Comedia, which is a dinner theater, and she's seen it live.
No place like home.
Oh wow!
So it was nice. She likes the Wizard of Oz. Cut it out.
Rainbow.
Oh, that's cool, Tina. She says, and VHS classics too. Kenny's mom and dad unloaded all their old VHS ones from his childhood to us. That's awesome. Yeah, and I still have to send you all my, what do you call them? Land Before Times. They're in a box over there. I just gotta get them to you.
Like that. I even like those.
Me too.
Those are so cute.
That was my kid's favorite.
Make sure that none of those are the Diamond Classics now. The Diamond.
Yeah, Black Diamond.
Okay.
The only ones of those that are worth any money are the ones that were released to the executives of Disney. And they'll have no barcode on them. They're just, the cover won't have barcode because they weren't in production yet. So.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I've heard.
I think if you ask me, the money that they're getting for those
is money laundering.
I think that's money laundering.
Oh yeah, they're not worth that. I mean, you can go to if they were that, then none of the none of the thrift shops would be carrying them. They would try to sell them themselves. You can get it for a quarter.
My thrift stores, some of my thrift stores think that they do have like $1 million sitting on the shelf.
No, it's different.
That's why trying to get 50 for it. I'm like, what are you thinking?
It's different if it's still sealed, or something that's never been opened. That's then it's worth the $50. But $5,000, no. It better be gold plated,
I don't know. I don't know about that, Lori. I don't even know if they're worth 50.
I'm just saying, just ballpark figure, that would have to be something very like the ones with the unusual covers. Those are, where the misprint covers and all that.
Right.
That's what collectors are actually after. But these black diamonds, nah. Black diamonds or no diamonds, they're still only worth 50 cents.
Yeah. For sure.
And I see that a lot in some of the other reseller groups when someone's like, look, I got a black diamond. You think I can get 1,000 for it? Good luck getting $1,
Hey, and I have to say, I am one of them. Whenever I seen that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to put $700 on this just to see.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll get lucky and somebody will be stupid.
It has to be something just like with baseball, just like with baseball cards, it has to be something rare and unusual about it for it to be actually worth that much. Or stamps.
Fishing and Pickens says black diamond equals making dirty money clean.
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing.
Hey, and I was all for it. I was like, hey, if I can maybe think, have somebody think that they're getting something really good or whatever, hey, I'm gonna try it. Just like I did the Cheeto.
Yeah. Quit. Or somebody bit off a pork chop and put it on eBay and said it was eaten by Elvis. Yeah, okay. Does anybody actually have his teeth prints to be able to compare that bite? Right. No.
We need dental records.
And then what was it on? Somebody said, commented, said Elvis wouldn't leave that much meat on the bone.
That's probably very true.
Oh my god.
Elvis be sucking the marrow out of the bone. Thing.
Oh, good Lord, really? Now
we shouldn't talk bad about Valerie's heartthrob.
No. It's all in good fun, though.
Yeah. Well, he did like to eat, so I mean, there's no shame in that. I like to eat too, as you can tell.
Me too.
So, looks like Cindy Y's birthday is today.
Happy birthday, Cindy Y!
Dave Gilman's was 2 days ago.
Oh, happy birthday, Dave.
Don Davis was 2 days ago. And that's all
Who?
I got. Dawn.
Oh, Dawn. Happy birthday, Dawn.
Yep. I haven't seen her in a month of Sundays.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We all used to hang out together. Oh, wow. Joanna says, I saw someone sold one Lego brick one time for $3,000.
That had to be money laundering.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know, for $3,000?
I mean, it had to have been a very rare one from way back when I was little, or even further back than that. It's like, and why was it so rare? Unless somebody had this one thing they were creating and just needed, needed that one little brick, but still, 3,000.
Or like a set that wasn't
complete.
Well, a set that wasn't like there wasn't a whole lot made.
Could be.
Maybe they stopped making them for some reason or something, and so maybe there's only 2,000 of them or something, and it's just very rare.
Whose microwave's beeping?
I know. I was gonna say somebody's.
It's either air fryer or microwave or something.
Oh, it's mine.
I was like, come on. Is that a bomb or what's going on here?
Sometimes I wonder if people wonder what I'm shipping. Like, it makes sound when you move it. Like, I sold one of those Mancala games that has the little marble things in it. And they just rattle, and they're just, you can pick up that USPS package and it sounds like snakes are inside. What is that? Or if I ship off a clock that ticks really loud.
Yeah. Oh no. I had 2 good sales yesterday, by the way. I sold a pair of vintage Cameo 10 karat gold post earrings, $130.
Awesome.
Very good.
And then I sold it's like a mother's ring. It sold for $45. The one that the lady bought before that decided she didn't want it because it wasn't stamped.
Right.
And then somebody else bought it for $45. So
nice.
I was like, hey.
Very good.
Teresa says, I knew you putting all that jewelry on there would come in handy. She says, I'll get back to work. She goes and brings me another bag here. That's what I do. I sit in there with my foot up and I sit there and list jewelry.
Yeah. That's good.
I still have a Seiko watch that I've got listed. that the alarm is set, and I don't know which one it is. I've got a bunch of Seiko watches, and it goes off at 4 in the morning. Well, it's way back in the back room where I'm asleep at 4. I don't hear it unless you're actually awake, and then you hear that beep in there. Beep.
Well, who told you that it goes off?
Huh?
Did Gwen tell you that it went off?
No, I heard it one morning. I was
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why I was awake. I thought, what is that? Oh, that's one of those watches. Yeah, I'm too tired to go look for it. And so then a couple of months later, I'm up at 4 in the morning again for whatever reason. I heard it again. So yep, there's that watch. So I guess it'll keep going off until the battery's dead, or I sell it.
One of the two. Oh my gosh. So, what else is going on?
Oh gosh, list. Mm-hmm. I got a ton of stuff to get listed before my next big auction or whatever else I get into. I got a ton of military surplus to list. I've got computer cables. Now that I found all the printer cables, I don't have any use for all the other cables I had to buy to get those.
Yeah.
So I might as well list them, I guess. They're not worth a lot, but bunch of power supplies for Dell and
See, that's why I'm not allowed to cook for myself.
Different
'Cause
stuff.
I ended up burning down the whole house. There's a bus bag enough in our kitchen. That's what my microwave sounds like.
How's your biscuits?
Oh, they're good.
You made me hungry now.
Yeah, no, I'm hungry too.
I'm sorry. By the time they got you, they wouldn't be so good.
Crazy, Joanna. The most expensive yellow 2x4 Lego brick. It's crazy.
Guys, go in there and lay down. Leave me alone. Stop it.
Joanna says, list them, Todd. I'm the person who always loses a power cord and buys another.
Yeah, but with the postal increase.
Oh, don't worry about that shit.
Just charge for shipping. Somebody will pay for it.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's what I do. I charge shipping.
That should never hinder you from listing. Because if somebody needs it, they'll buy it and they'll pay the shipping.
Yep.
Yeah,
bad enough.
When you comp stuff out and it sells for $10.95 and it weighs more than a pound, so it's got to go into a flat rate, you're like, what's the point? I'm only making like $3. So
that's what I do. I do calculated shipping on everything.
Yeah. And I mean, you could do a padded flat rate and just either add it to your price or whatever. You shouldn't just be like, oh, I'll only make $3 on this. Price it to where you want it. Price it to where it's gonna make a difference for you.
But then my price is higher than the comps I look up.
It doesn't matter.
So it will never sell.
That's not true.
Really?
Do you know how many times I've sold something and I went back and looked at comps to say, oh my God, they could have bought all these other ones, but they chose mine and mine's higher.
I don't know.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm closer to them. Maybe, whatever. Maybe they saw mine first. I don't know, but
yours were the only one that was in the States, and everybody else was in China.
Yeah.
Or yours had better keywords that they were searching for.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, I'll list them. Shame on me for thinking about not listing low price stuff.
good job, Patty. She said, I sold a cold drip coffee brewer this morning. It's going to Mexico and they paid $52 for shipping.
Oh, wow.
Wow, very good.
Fingers crossed there were no issues.
Price snob, Todd.
But it's crazy because I've done that several times to where I'm like, why would they pay $20 for something plus shipping? So it comes out to like 32 or something. And I just sold 2 little backpack Teletubbies last night. They paid $32 total.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're the ones that clip onto your backpack. And there's absolutely no reason why they could have probably bought them new.
Yeah.
What was it?
Teletubbies. They're little ones that
creepy little bastards.
Yep. They're little ones. I agree. They're little ones that clip onto your backpack though.
He's stinky. I'm triangle yellow. They're creepy.
Winky, Dipsy.
I don't like them, and I don't like garden gnomes. Garden gnomes are creepy.
Oh yeah, they are. But
except for the zombie ones, I think the zombie ones are pretty cool. But those ones that just sit there and look at you, because zombie ones don't have eyeballs; they just have
those things come alive at night.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of those out in the States, and those.
They're actually, some of them are worth some money, but I just don't like them.
Those crazy Norwegians came up with all kinds of creepiness.
I don't have those, Tina. Does anybody have any little kid backpack leashes?
Oh,
are you looking to leash your little ones up? Is that what's going on there?
I'm happy now.
I don't blame her a bit for wanting to do that.
Here, you want to hear? Here.
I will tell you, at first time I seen somebody have those, I was like, oh my God. They're putting leashes on kids now. But as many kids as I ran off so many times and got lost so many times when I was a kid. I kind of wish my mom would have put a leash on me. Yeah. Oh, nobody's gonna frown on you, Tina.
There are a lot of people do it now. That's basically a safety thing too.
Yeah, I saw a kid bump into the table at the estate sale one time that had glassware on it, and everything on there shook like it was going to fall over. Nothing did, but I was like, oh my
God. Wow.
Fortunately, the mom grabbed the hand and said, don't touch it.
I probably should have had them for my kids.
Probably shouldn't allow children in a lot of estate sales.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get it, Rebecca. You'll get it. She said, since I started homeschooling, I haven't gotten very much listed. Just having a hard time getting back into the groove of things.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's difficult to keep up with homeschooling and do reselling. That's got to be
yeah.
A lot of it is probably time management. Just trying to piece up your time and start small. Just try listing 2 or 3 a day. And then try to build that up. But
block off a couple hours in the evening.
The first thing is just the best thing you can do is just jump in. And just get even one a day. Make yourself a goal. I gotta list one thing a day, and and then just keep going up from there. Yeah.
I do too. She says she sucks at time management. I do too.
We all do.
Yeah, I try to make a list of things I need to get done, and it just does not happen. So it's like I have to play it by ear. Of course, I won't now because I'll probably be laid up for at least 2 weeks off my feet. So I can get certain things listed that I want to get listed because I won't have to be going anywhere.
Yep. It's hard to get yourself, especially if I mean, homeschooling, that's another job.
Yeah, it's a whole other job. And
it's hard to put everything together, but like I said, if you can just list one thing a day and build from that, the hardest thing is just jumping in and getting started.
Yeah. I know Crazy Picker laughed that it was 6 kids, so it can be done, but geez.
Yep.
Anybody watch Part-Time Pickers channel? Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched them before. Yeah.
He had a shed delivered the other day and they dropped it.
Oh no.
I said, this is like an episode of Abbott Costello. These guys were not professional. He's like, because the title was, I can't believe they dropped it. And they dropped it. So, I mean, oh my God.
The screeching noise it made when they were dragging it off that trailer.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard.
Oh, it was horrible. I was waiting for him to say, hey, just put it back on there. It's probably going to fall apart. Because it hit pretty hard.
And they got him to come over and help him lift it down. And they put him in the middle, right where if the brakes on the pickup failed or something, it would just squish him.
Yeah,
Becca says, sorry.
I said they didn't know what they were doing for sure.
And he's just so pleasant and even Steven, even going,
Yeah.
It just, the way he was talking about it was just hilarious. Anybody else would have freaked out and yelled or something. He's just like, they dropped it. Oh no.
Yeah, he's like just laid back. California laid back. He's so cool. I like watching his channel.
He's so calm,
Now me on the other hand, I'd have been
I know. He'll be going through stuff he sells. And I bought this for $2 and sold it for $88. That was a good deal.
Yeah.
Any of us would be going, I got this for $2. And look what it sold for, $88.
He's kind of monotone almost, where he's just cool, calm, and collected all the time. I don't think I've ever heard him, get excited or anything.
No.
So.
Rebecca says, as for our kids, if we have them on a leash, strangers can't take them, with all the weirdos taking kids these days and age. Weirdos, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to do whatever you can. Keep them safe.
Yeah.
Is that, Tina, is that mainly for your trip? That you want? I mean, that makes sense. If that's what they're mainly.
Where's she going?
She's going to, I guess, Boston area.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Boston, New York, I guess. In that, I don't know how close those are together, but
I was gonna say, is there a Boston, New York?
No.
Boston. They're going to Boston.
I don't know.
They're going to learn to park the car.
Parallel
park your car. You see that commercial during the Super Bowl.
But
park your car.
Yeah, I figured that's why she was. I mean, that's a great idea, I think.
Oh yeah.
To get something like that.
You see that a lot at Kings Island. the parents with their kids on a leash.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
or at the zoo.
Get it.
Cha-ching, hello.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it wasn't
Love the
me.
sound of cha-chings in the morning.
Wasn't me.
Cha-chings in the coffee pot. Yeah.
Oh, she said New York, then Massachusetts, then back home.
Oh, awesome.
Mm.
Boston's a great city.
Yeah, my son has jumped on the cruise bandwagon. Him and his girlfriend want to take me on a cruise next year to Cozumel and Belize, and I was like, well, yeah, I want to go. Costa Marta, I think it is. 5 different places that they're going to be porting at. So,
Wow.
like, heck yeah. That's probably like one of those 2-week cruises if they're going to port that many times. So,
And she said we've got a double stroller we're bringing and kind of worried about Madeline wandering.
yeah, you got to watch it. I tell you,
Yeah.
this world's crazy.
I would definitely bring the double stroller plus
Another stroller.
Another stroller.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like one of those umbrella strollers or whatever. I would definitely do.
Are they going to like a car convention or something?
No, they are going for a one of their past employees moved up there, and so they're going to go to a baby shower up there.
Oh, okay.
So
Can you not do that? I just asked you not to do that.
but yeah, I would definitely look into maybe getting like another umbrella. You know, you're gonna have 3 adults, so you got one pushing the double stroller, and then and you guys can take the somebody else can push the other stroller. That's what I was trying to say.
Bambi, you're rotten.
She is, isn't she? I think she's part lizard, but
She's that's what Prancer does. He sneaks in a tongue. I'm like, I don't want to make out with you, dog.
oh, she's something else. As soon as she sees me grab my coffee cup and head down the hallway, she knows where I'm going. So she runs and waits at the door. She's like, time to work. That's my little office manager, I think.
Oh, look at her. She's
She has
just
to go to work with mommy every day.
innocent.
Yeah, you want to hear what she's saying? She's saying you're innocent. Listen.
Innocent, Bambi.
He's like, yeah, right. That's what you think. Wait till the camera's off.
Yeah, she's poor little innocent doggy.
She just seems so like calm and mild mannered, and she's just.
Boy, they got your number wrong.
See, and that's how my Prancer is
As
too.
long
He'll be just sitting there, just all calm and everything, but then like, oh, daddy's home. And then it's like, he just
That's like on Christmas Eve when I have everybody over, I was holding her like this, and if anybody got near me, she'd growl at them. And people she's known her whole life, but they can't get near me. And she don't like.
Man, her head popped up. She's like, yeah, don't you forget it.
Then she don't like when the other dogs try to get on my lap. She don't like that. She tolerates Benji. Her and Benji are buddies. But as soon as baby girl, or Hope, we call her baby girl, she gets up on my lap, she'll get down. She will jump down and bark at her until she jumps off my lap. Oh my God. Stand for her to be up here.
Morning, Rita.
She's spoiled. And it got worse after she got sick that time, and it was me going back there with her at the hospital every day.
Yeah.
So she's kind of clung to me, as Like wherever I go, she's got to go. Huh. And she
Patty
gets
said-
mad. What? Who?
Patty said her dog was so excited when her son came home this weekend. He hadn't been home since Thanksgiving. She jumped in his car. Animals are so smart.
Mhm. She knows when I'm leaving to go somewhere. If I grab my key, she goes and waits at the door. I'm like, no, you can't go. And she gets mad. She will get mad at me and jump up and push at me. I'm like, you cannot go. She thinks because I used to take when she was real little. I used to put her in my messenger bag and take her to Kroger's with me because she wasn't. I mean, she was maybe as big as this snow globe. I mean, she was just so
Yeah.
tiny. She would fit in the palm of my hand like she's about the size of a hamster.
Yeah.
So, and I could take her to the store with me. I put a blanket in there and stuff, and we'd go to Kroger's, huh? And she'd poke her little head out, and everybody like, "Oh my goodness!" Because Sarah was tiny. Now she's a chubby little thing. She weighs more. Well, when we first got Benji, he was so mistreated. He only weighed like 6 pounds. She weighed more than he did. Now he weighs more than her. He's probably about 12 pounds now, close to it.
You fattened him up, huh?
Yeah, fattened him up. He's got some meat on his bones. You can't feel his hips and ribs anymore. And he is ornery.
Prancer's only about 2.5 pounds still.
Wow. Hey, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hope you're having a good morning.
Oh, she's got the Chihuahua face and color, but she's got the Dachshund body.
Mm-hmm.
So, long and mean instead of long and lean. All right, go to sleep. Where are you going?
So what's everybody got going on today?
Getting a few things listed.
I'm gonna get some sales today. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
I'm going to call Apple again, see if I can't get this computer fixed.
Oh yeah, I'm picking up my new phone today. I forgot about that. Finally getting a new phone.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I can't even get calls hardly. It's just good. I told Teresa, I said, well, I'll keep it to do pictures with because it does take really good pictures. So,
yeah.
So, and it'll still work on Wi-Fi. So
Kevin said, customer lied and now she's losing a discount. Oh, well. Oh, my gosh. Well, that'll learn her.
Yeah. I got that. Remember that poster I was talking about with the Kayla Harris, the Olympic gold medalist? She sent it back, but she didn't send the frame back. She rolled it up in a tube.
What?
Yeah, I didn't get the frame back. So she rolled it up in a tube, which increased it. So now I probably can't resell it because it's got a crease in it where she started to roll it. So, and I'm not sure. I said, I can't give you a full refund back. I said, I'm not going to give you a refund back. I said, for one, I could have replaced the glass in the frame and resold it. So I said, why you kept the frame, I don't know. I said, but I shouldn't be giving you anything because it's not coming back like it was, like I sent it out at all. Right. I said, but to save face and to save argument, I will give you a partial because it was broke when you got it. I said, but and I called eBay and they said that's probably the best thing I could do is just chalk it up as a, partial and go on. I said, yeah, but it pisses me off. So I said, people like that get away with this crap.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, y'all need to step it up. I said, it's, we're the ones that make you money.
Yep. So
if it wasn't for us sellers, you wouldn't have anything. So, you need to protect us better than you do the buyer.
Yep.
So, but yeah. I was a little pissed off because she said it said delivered. I wasn't even expecting her to send it back. I thought she was trying to get something for nothing. But then when it showed that she finally shipped it, which was like 3 days after she was supposed to ship it in the first place, and it did show up, and I thought, oh, I opened the parcel bin and there's this little box. I'm thinking, what?
What is this?
I opened it. I was like, son of a. So mad.
So Kevin said, what's wrong with your Apple? We just had to do a backup and reset the whole drive. works great now.
Well, what's wrong is I have no camera. It doesn't work in any, it sees that there's a camera, the green, green light is on, but it doesn't show any picture. And I don't know if it's a coincidence, but it started the day that I downloaded the last update of Catalina 10.15 or something. So they had me do a bunch of things, restart, they had me restart in safe mode. And finally yesterday, they had me reinstall the operating system. And I think the next step, because they really have no clue why the camera's not working.
So you have do you have to take it to Apple for them to work on it for you, or?
I do not know. Yeah, I did do the update to the operating system. Oh, so you're saying that you downloaded Catalina. I really think it's the update. And when they had me restore the operating system, it restored to the same one. I think 10 point Catalina. Oh, yikes. It's not even 10.15.3. I was running Catalina already, but this last one, I think did it. Everything else works okay, but the camera and the computer still just under a year old. It was a year. Right. I bought it last March. So I want to get whatever the problem is straightened out while it's still under a year.
Sure.
Yeah, so you're saying, Kevin, that you had to actually reset the whole thing.
That's what it sounds like.
So that might be the next step.
Reset the whole drive.
What a hassle. It took 3 hours just to reinstall the operating system.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a pain.
Yeah, I would definitely get them on that, because you don't want to. Well, he said just bring it in and they will fix it.
I think that's what they're going to have me do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just do that, pack it up and take it in.
Yeah, you may be better off doing that. I mean, you might have to leave it.
Right. And I'm going to be away for the next few days anyway. I'm going away tomorrow and I won't be home till Sunday. So it might be it's just as good a time to drop it off.
That's true.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yep.
And then when you get back, you can pick it up and all will be well.
All will be well. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Okay, I have an external drive that backs up regularly anyway. Yeah.
Just deleted everything that reinstalled, ended the update, and boom, it worked. See, and that was the weird thing too, because about the same time Maggie was having trouble, I was having trouble, but I have just a regular computer. I don't have.
We have all-in-one.
Huh?
You have all-in-one.
Yeah, but
So.
I don't have a Mac. You know, it's a different operating system.
Yeah.
And but it was kind of the same lines. You know, mine updated and it deleted my audio. It deleted all of my audio. And then I went and restored it and up to that date of the update, and I got it back.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm glad that I had the guts to do that, because I was really afraid that I was gonna, delete everything off of the computer when I did that, but it was okay.
That's
I survived. Good. Sally helped me through it.
Sister Power.
So, and it's working like a charm now. I mean, knock on wood, but it seems to be running fine, running a little bit faster. It's not not hitting any roadblocks. So
Rita says it's a conspiracy.
Right. Absolutely.
All the computers are trying to take over the world.
Hey,
That's
Nikki.
right.
Yeah. They're getting ready
Well-
for the apocalypse.
Nikki, it will one day. They're learning from us right now through social media. Don't you know this, girl?
Oh, you better get ready for that zombie apocalypse, Nikki.
Yeah.
Nikki says it'll never happen. It'll never
It ain't.
happen.
Yeah.
Zombie apocalypse is never going to happen.
That's so funny.
You'll
It's
find out.
impossible.
Never say never, honey.
It is not impossible.
Never
It
say
is, though.
never.
No, it's not.
I watched a documentary on it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That makes it, that changes everybody's minds then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch a lot of weird stuff too, so.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't watch anything that you watch.
No
Or there
doubt
was
about
a
it. I'm just
documentary
saying.
on like the History Channel or something, so it's legit.
Yeah, okay.
You're so full of shit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, have you seen people in bath salt girl zombies juice?
Ugh, that sounds gross.
Well, what I'm saying is actual zombies that come back to life or come back from the dead. That is never going to happen.
No, I disagree with you.
I disagree with you too.
I think that's going to be the fall of the earth right there.
That's part of the rapture, isn't it? When the dead rise again.
I would say that's going to be something. That's going to have something to do with that. I'm sure. I don't know.
I already own a book that has it has all of the it has a bunch of stories that are based on true story. I mean, they're like true accounts of what has happened, and there's several stories that that are about people people that aren't able to be killed except if you hit them, if you shoot them in the head or cut off their head, and basically about zombies.
Mm-hmm. Nikki's like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Bye, Nikki.
I'm sorry, if the zombie apocalypse ever comes, we're running real fast to my dad's house and getting all of his canned goods because he's got a whole pantry full of canned goods. And then we're all heading out to my house to build walls.
Ah, dear.
Yeah. Good luck.
It's about 30, it'll be about 60-mile round trip, but we'll do it real fast.
Mary said it's in the Bible.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
It is.
So, yeah. So I got so much to do. Like everybody else, it's no different than anybody else, but yeah, I got some listing to do. I got some, hoping I can get some more done on Macari, get some more moved over there. I actually got about 100 done yesterday, so that was great.
Wow, that was really good.
And then, yeah, trying to make some sales. I think I sent out 6 this morning, and I got 2 more after that. So,
Nice.
You see this jacket, Valerie? That's that MG that I bought yesterday.
Oh, that's super cute. That is really cute.
Size medium if anybody wants it.
What is
yeah.
it?
It's an MG jacket.
Wait, I can't. Can you see? Can you show it to me again?
Sure.
That is so cute. Oh, look at, I love a floral jacket. It's size medium.
Yeah.
How much you want for it?
$30, around $30, maybe an offer.
Since you don't have to pay fees,
Okay.
top amount 25.
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay, I'll pay
Or-
back.
Morning, Tom.
Cha-ching.
There you go. It's a really, really cute jacket.
I
And,
can
and I-
never resist a jacket with flowers.
and I told, like I was telling Sally, just when you, because sometimes MG is one of those brands that collabed with Anthropologie.
Mhm.
Yep.
And so I said, check the RN number, and it wasn't Anthropologie, but yeah, they still I still MG really well.
Yeah, and when I looked up comps, it was like 32, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm getting this.
good one. That's a good one.
I've never heard of UMG. How do you spell that?
UMGEE.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Valerie.
Like G.
What's that?
G.
What's that stand for? Is that like G? Like, ooh,
Possibly.
nice. I don't know. What is it? I don't know. People can name their stuff whatever they want.
There's some
There's some-
interesting ones out there.
It just sounds weird to me.
Yeah. It's just
Awesome.
Like, why would you name your jeans Lucky? Do you
Why
get
wouldn't
lucky
you?
when you wear them, or
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
That's right.
Lucky jeans. They even have a 4-leaf clover on them sometimes. On the zipper.
I mean, you gotta wonder who named the platypus.
Yeah.
What? What? What did you
Mhm.
call that thing?
A platypus.
Good morning, Tom. Oh my gosh.
I know
We're
it's a
going
weird looking
to-
animal, but why did you name it platypus?
Hmm.
We're going to an appointment for our ears today.
Uh-huh.
Possibly, well, we're getting a hearing test and all of that today, but possibly might lead to some new hearing aids.
Cool.
And we're also going to a thrift store that I've only been to one time. So, but I got really good stuff there last time for cheap.
Uh-huh. What town are you going to?
Grayling.
Grayling. Okay. I've been there.
I've been there too.
You have?
Yeah. My parents had friends in Grayling.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We went to I don't remember a whole lot about it because it's been a while, but I know that we went to that one restaurant.
Yep.
We went to that one, and I don't even remember a whole lot about it, just that it had a lot of memorabilia,
Mm-hmm.
50s type memorabilia.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. I can't remember if it was Gaylord or Grayling. My sister was born. I think it was Gaylord though.
Yeah, and Gaylord is more north than Grayling.
Yeah.
And we went to that cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. That was pretty cool.
Yep. What is it called?
Michigan is a really nice state to visit.
What is it, Sally?
I'm trying to think.
Google is your friend.
I know.
Unless you're looking up anything that Nikki's watched lately. Then it's the devil.
I only watch good quality stuff.
Oh, you're full of crap.
It's called Parashani.
That's right. That's right.
Only stuff you wouldn't be afraid to watch with your mother.
No. Message my mailman.
Oh.
That's
a message.
I got a text message my mailman and tell him I got mail for him.
Yeah, you got mail for him, right, baby?
Yeah.
Got some mail for you, baby.
You guys are ornery.
No, we're pretty happy, all right. Not ornery at all.
You know, I've almost got Brandon completely switched over from cigarettes to vaping.
Do you?
To what?
Wow.
From cigarettes to vape.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Almost. We're almost there.
Yeah, no, Patty, his name is not Lance.
That's bad for you. They say vaping is worse than smoking.
That's a lie.
Mhm.
I would say it's all lies.
Oh.
But who knows? I mean, anything in excess is not good for you.
Sure.
True.
So
I think whatever you feel comfortable doing, that's what you should do. You know.
Well, I'm not saying anything. I smoke, so I'm not. I have no point. I have no room to say anything against anybody.
I still smoke too. But I'm trying to see, and I wasn't even going to do the nicotine juice.
Mm-hmm.
But I found that if I'm not going to be smoking cigarettes, that I'm gonna need a nicotine juice.
Right.
But I have seen a lot of people that vape have quit smoking, have quit vaping too.
Yes.
People like my sister-in-law, I never thought she'd quit smoking or vaping. I never thought she'd quit. She's done. She hasn't smoked or vaped in probably 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
he
she's
told
one
me,
of them I would say would never do it.
he's the one who told me yesterday, I'm not gonna buy another pack of cigarettes. I'm just gonna use my vape. And I'm like, okay, then we won't buy any. And then this morning he goes, I really need a cigarette. And I said, okay, we'll go buy one pack and we'll share it.
Yeah.
And so he went and bought one pack. Because there's certain times where it's hard. It's a mental mind.
Yeah.
And you just want a cigarette, you know?
Yeah.
But
my cigarette addiction is completely mental.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say completely. Nicotine is a big thing, but most of it is mental, I would say.
Yeah. Morning, Beth.
Rebecca says, does anyone know the measurements of the different rises?
What do you mean, like
on jeans?
I would say if it's this far from your bum crack, then that's a low. If it's this far, it's a medium. And if it's this far, it's a classic.
Oh my gosh.
This far, it's high, what is it called? High-waisted. No, I really don't know, but you could probably find it on Pinterest. Let me see if I can pull it
Or
up.
or even Google it. You should be able to Google it, and it should bring you up some images on Google Image.
It probably won't come up if I put planters.
You should be able to find it that way.
I have a little cheat sheet here. So low rise is below 8 inches.
Of course you do, Maggie.
And mid rise is like 8 to 11, and high rise is over 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good little, yeah. That's good. That's good.
It's a good rule of thumb.
You should always, Maggie should have her own channel.
Yes, she should.
Oh, Lord. I don't have time for that.
Nobody got time for that.
No.
I have to pull my weight here by knowing things every once in a while.
Do very well at it, I will say. Let me look here. Yeah, and those little tidbits, you know, they help everyone out. But if you're ever in a situation where, see, I was listening on Macari yesterday, and they have a weird thing with their sizing where, like on a pair of jeans, and the jeans are a size 8. Well, on Macari, they list their size by inches.
Oh, right.
So
Oh.
it's a different
sizing is just weird.
It's a different size. So I had to Google that. I had to Google a conversion for jean size into inches, and I found one, and you know, so I just kind of had to go back and forth to that, but.
Hi, Tom.
Good morning.
He said, thank you. What about ultra low?
Ultra low would be what, Maggie?
No, my God. I guess
I would
under
say
6.
Probably 6 inches.
6, yeah, I would think.
I would say anything.
The only reason I have the cheat sheet is because I, in my old fading memory, had to keep Googling it over and over and over until I was like, you idiot, just write it down. I mean, ultra low rise, you should just be ashamed of yourself. Your mother shouldn't let you go out in them.
This is true. It's only 2 inches from your butt crack.
Oh my God.
Okay, y'all want calls? I wasn't going to come in here because I just literally just got up.
You look like it.
You've been in the chat for 30 minutes.
Okay, well, until just then, I had just gotten up. Somebody was talking. Good morning, Rita. Somebody was talking about their vaping and smoking, everything like that. You need to start giving that up and taking that money and putting it in a jar for your cruise in May of 2021. So there you go.
Yeah, that's easier said. Is there anything that you're addicted to, Tom?
Me?
Yeah.
Just my wife.
Well, that doesn't count.
Coffee.
No, not really.
Okay.
Do you have
Just
to have
food
your
in
coffee?
general. No, sex, food. Food went out.
Tom is not real. He's a robot.
Food. I like to eat, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be gourmet food, or it can be stuff from the food truck, you know, down there on the corner of Trade and Tryon. It doesn't matter.
But see, food is a necessity, so it doesn't count.
Wow.
Good morning, Beth.
Like,
Hank, she's such a witch.
There has got to be hairspray for that hallelujah hair.
I know.
Called Aquanet.
Well, actually, that's what it is. It is Aquanet.
My friend Kim, we used to have our hair jacked to Jesus, and my dad said that we needed to buy stock at Aquanet. He said he'd walk in the bathroom and there'd be flies stuck in midair.
That's funny.
He's like, don't light a match, you blow the house up. All that hairspray going every which direction.
No, I smoked when I was young. I probably quit smoking when I was about 24, 25. And that's because I was dating this girl, and she was a marathoner. And she said, you're going to start running with me. So I said, okay. So she had this course laid out, and I made it about a third of the way of the course and said, I'll sit down on this bench and I'll catch you on your way back. And I quit smoking that night. Every once in a while I'll smoke a cigar, but that's
the things we do for love. Yeah.
I got 4 in here on my end table beside my chair, and I got them for Christmas. That's the only reason I have them.
I have my dad's pipe every now and then. Like on his birthday, I'll get it out and smoke it.
Patty, she would probably go see him if her niece went with her.
Who's BTS? And
that's a Korean boy band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, is she into that K-pop?
She likes K-pop music. I think she likes the guys that sing it more than she does the actual movie. But I mean the music. But the music is good too. You don't understand what they're saying, but
I don't understand half the American music either. So you got. I said, well, I sound like that in the morning when I get up. So that's make that
a song. I never paid that much attention to it.
Oh, are they? They're coming to Atlanta. She would. That's too far of a trip for her to make for something like that. If they were coming to Charlotte, she might get some tickets.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Tara made a fortune off of the BTS dolls.
I haven't found any of them yet. I know now that I know what BTS is, I know what you're talking about, those, because they were on Brickseek at one time.
I picked up my son last night at work and got home and was laying down, and I heard ding, and it was Maggie. She was still online at about 1 o'clock this morning. She never sleeps.
Because I wasted so much time on the phone with the Apple, and then I was trying to get back on with them last night, but I waited, and then I got disconnected.
You going to the Apple store?
Yeah, I'm just going to take it in. Let him do something with it.
They don't let them try to make you pay for anything because it was their damn update that screwed it up.
Oh yeah, it's under warranty anyway. But no, they're really good. I've never had any problems with Apple. And I bought the Apple Care, so. I bought the Apple Care on my iPad one time. A week after I bought it, I dropped it and smashed it.
Oh my God.
I know. And then I took it in and they couldn't fix it. So they gave me a new one I think it cost me I had to pay $50, but still it was worth it.
Yeah.
I list some clothes this morning.
Okay, you're sure about that jacket, okay, Maggie?
What's that?
You're sure about that jacket?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, just send me the your PayPal address with whatever the shipping cost is.
I
Okay.
gave you her address.
Well, I wanted to make sure before I took it off of eBay.
Yes,
That's why I
absolutely.
asked. Okay.
Absolutely would like it. Thank you.
Cool.
So
This girl I went to school with. This girl I went to school with is getting her third kidney today.
Oh wow.
Oh Lord. They keep rejecting?
She had a disease that attacked her kidney. And then I think the second one, she ended up, there was like an infection or something and it killed the kidney. And then now she's on her third one.
Oh, that's
So she's only probably, well, she's my age, so I think she's a little older than me, so she's probably like 46.
oh my gosh, she's too young to be dealing with that.
Yeah. She's been on dialysis for years.
That's terrible.
She works a full-time job too.
Because a lot of these people, there's no hope.
Yeah.
And can you imagine the doctor tell you there's no hope because we can't give you another kidney because you're just they're not working for you.
Yeah.
Right, because if they feel like at some point, if they feel like she's too.
When Roberta went on the list for her liver transplant, first of all, we found out the day before Thanksgiving of 2009 that if she didn't have a transplant by 2010, Thanksgiving of 2010, she would not make it.
Yeah.
To Thanksgiving, which we were lucky she had it in June. But
Valerie,
they don't mess around with that stuff. The nurse said, there's no drinking, there's no drugs. And she went down this long list of stuff. And if you come in and if they call you in for blood tests and you test positive, they will take you off the list. Well, some of these people don't have time to be off they need to be on the list until they get the transplant. And I asked her, I said, do you have people that you have to take off the list? She says, oh yeah. She said, they just, one guy said, I haven't been drinking. I must have drank something that, picked up the wrong cup and it had alcohol in it. And the nurse she said, dude, I'm a medical professional. I know how to read tests. You didn't have a sip out of the wrong cup. But he got taken off the list.
Well, because there's probably other people who are going to take better care of themselves.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Valerie,
Absolutely.
can you turn my video on?
There was this one guy who was a 3-pack a day smoker, and he had like a 6-pack of beer every day.
Hold on, Tom.
Good.
Can you turn my video on? It says you stopped.
Who, me?
No, Valerie. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I was wondering how
I meant to turn mine on and I don't know what happened.
I figured.
Sorry about that.
Good morning, undercover thrifter.
Undercover thrifter. That's a new one.
Sally, she was just jealous this morning. She's like, oh, my baby sister by another father is just looking so gorgeous this morning. I'm turning her camera off.
I didn't. You hush.
My father died of cirrhosis of the liver, and they told him, if you don't stop drinking within a year, you'll be dead. And he's like, what are you laughing at?
Valerie.
What?
Frozen.
What did I miss?
Oh, she turned me off.
Oh.
She's being bad this morning.
Hey, Valerie's feisty this morning.
Oh,
On her
not.
bad side. Can't turn me off.
Did the postman come by last night or something, and you're just in a good mood this morning?
Hey, make sure you didn't turn Maggie off.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, maybe that's my problem.
Nope.
That's funny.
Nope. It says stop video on hers. So.
Yeah, because it showed all we're getting is a black square for her, but we see her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work in anything like FaceTime or anything.
Huh.
Camera's just-
That is just crazy.
What about
welcome, Undercover
Messenger?
Drifter.
Have you tried Facebook Messenger?
Yeah, it doesn't work. The camera doesn't work in any application.
That sucks.
It does.
Oh, I just thought I'd be on.
Oh, they are a new. They are new.
Needed to be a little ornery.
Yeah, Undercover
That's
Thrifter's
weird.
new. So did he quit? Maggie,
So
did you?
the doctor said to him, if you do not quit drinking, you'll be dead within a year. And he said, well, it's going to be a hell of a year. And he was dead within a year, and he drank himself to death, literally.
Oh boy. Sorry to hear
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Some people can't give that up.
They just, yeah.
And it's sad. And
It
I know it has to be frustrating for the family, you know, because the person's got to make the decision.
Yeah, I mean, he, yeah.
I remember when my daughter's friend, her dad had non-alcoholic cirrhosis of the liver, and he ended up getting, oh God, he looked like death. Just, oh God, horrible. And it was amazing that when he got his liver transplant, I mean, he had 1 foot in the grave, you know, and it was amazing when he got his liver transplant, they, he just hours after, he looked like himself again. He had all of his color back and everything. It was like, wow, I couldn't believe how fast he bounced back from it.
Who are you usually, Undercover Thrifter?
Thank you.
I said I can't get in under my regular channel name, so I figured just start a new one.
I just think it was sad. He didn't feel like his life was worth giving up the beer for, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad. Oh, Lori thinks her internet just went out.
Uh-oh.
Undercover Thrifter is incognito, I guess.
What is
Oh,
that noise?
you're not telling. Okay.
It's a secret.
Should we guess?
Hello.
Undercover Thrifter. Oh, Lord, Rita.
Ringo, come here.
Yeah. Where'd Lori go?
She said
Her
she
internet
lost her
went out.
internet.
Oh.
Roberta had, it wasn't for drinking, it was just a genetic order, and I forgot what the name was, what it was called. Anyway, the nurse that was the first, we had to go on, we had like this 3-hour meeting with the nurse who was going through all the process and what we had to do and whatnot. Roberta said, you know, I don't drink. And the nurse said, well, she had this 80-year-old lady that went on the list. And she said that she was not concerned about the fact that she had to have a liver transplant. She was concerned because she had to go in to church and tell all the ladies in her circle that she was having a liver transplant, and she was scared to death they were going to think because she drank too much.
Oh my God.
Oh. So Tom, how long was she on the list before she got her transplant?
From Thanksgiving of 2009 to June of 2010.
Lord.
And actually, it was probably from January of 2010 because they had to get everything together before we met with the.
That's still quite a long.
So how were you notified? Like how long in advance were you notified?
Oh, we made 3 trips to the hospital. She was back up. They'll call and say, "Come to the hospital," and we get up there and they start prepping her. But there's somebody in the first person slot. So for some reason they go in and they can't do the procedure.
Right.
Then they take her in instead.
Yeah.
So that happened 3 times?
Yeah, well, it happened twice. On the 3rd time, she was the first person to go in, and
Okay.
and everything went perfectly. The doctor was so happy with himself because he said it was like a textbook procedure.
That's incredible. It just boggles my mind what they can do nowadays.
Yeah.
But mind you, livers are the least, as far as rejections and stuff like that. It's the least of the problems because the liver will adapt itself to your body. Then it's kidneys because the rejection problem is bigger than that, and then heart, and then lungs. And they don't even do lungs here in Charlotte. I think the only place you can do lungs on the East Coast is either Atlanta or Johns Hopkins University. Because that one is once you have that done, I've not been in that position. I don't know if I can make the final decision. But apparently, these people that have had lung transplants, they are in their quality of life sucks the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I would say let's just do what you can do for me, and I'll last as long as I can, and then I'll be gone.
Oh, really? A lung transplant doesn't work like.
Well, everything in your body that you breathe goes through your lungs.
Right.
So any viruses, any bugs, anything is going through your lungs. And that just kicks off the rejection one after the other.
Oh.
Your immune system is down so low. And any little thing is gonna attack.
That's what I always said. If I had to choose what organ I needed transplanted, I would ask for a liver. If I had to choose, I mean, I wouldn't want any problems. But
so it's a case where and the last time she had her yearly visit, because she goes in. Good morning, Joanna. She goes in once a year, and she does, unless there's any big problems, she meets with her doctor, her surgeon. They discuss things, and she gives, he looks at a year's worth of blood tests and whatnot, which she's down to once every 3 months now instead of every month.
Yeah.
And mind you, that gets real expensive real fast, like.
Oh, I bet.
I'm sure.
But, after you have the transplant done, you go in every week.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they draw blood and check all your numbers and stuff like that.
It's so crazy that we're talking about this today.
Huh?
So it's so crazy that we're talking about this today.
Why?
I just watched an episode of The Good Doctor yesterday, and it was about a kid that needed a liver transplant. And so the only match they could find was somebody that was in prison, and he had murdered 6 or 7 people. And so he was going to die anyways in prison, And so they, thought, maybe it wasn't a good idea because maybe he would try to, find a way to escape and stuff like that. Well, he truly wanted to be a
donor.
And he So they took him in and put him under, and he was allergic to the anesthesia. So they had to bring him out, right back out, and said, there's no way we can do it or whatever. Well, he got loose. They were gonna take him back to the prison. He got loose and grabbed a guard's gun and said, make sure there's no life-saving procedures done on me. And he shoots himself in the head. And so he got to be a donor.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
I suppose you figured it was a way to.
Yeah, it's one way to do it.
Back, I guess.
To what's the word? Not amend his ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Make amends.
We have a jet. Our hospital, the transplant department, has a jet that is on standby all the time, because a surgical team might fly to St. Louis and harvest organs and then fly back to Charlotte. That sounds terrible, but that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And everybody that, and of course these are people that are donors. That they've signed up to be donors. And if you're not a donor, I would like for you to think about it, because as you know, Roberta, received a donor. So there's my little public service announcement today.
Yeah,
Somebody
Mike-
that you
Mike-
know might
was-
need it.
Mike was a donor. He was an organ donor.
Oh,
How about them Chiefs? You talking about the Missouri Chiefs?
I was very, very, very glad that he was able to help. People.
Did you
I don't know how.
hear
many
of
people he
anything?
helped. Huh?
Did you ever hear of anything like?
I did hear that. He was a lifelong smoker, so of course they couldn't take his lungs, probably not his heart. Those major organs were probably affected from smoking, so they probably couldn't use those. But they did tell me that they used his corneas.
Oh, good.
And, so that was good.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. This is my stupidity, because the bombing that happened, when the big bombing that happened in Kansas City, was that in
No.
Missouri or was that in Kansas?
That was in Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. Okay, that's the reason I was. Okay, thank you. This reason
Oklahoma City.
I was been thinking about that since I found out that Kansas City sits on the damn border, and I'm thinking.
Yep.
Oklahoma City is not.
Thank
in
you.
Kansas,
Thank
Tom.
you.
Oklahoma City's not Missouri either.
No, it's not. Oh my gosh.
Nope, it's in Oklahoma.
I'm gonna plead dumbass on that. Yeah, Joanna, there's kids that the little kids that need these livers and stuff like that. And it's sad. Matter of fact, the child, the second time we went in, the recipient of the liver was like a 6-year-old boy. And they took him in, and they could do the procedure. And Roberta's like, and she didn't know about it until after the fact.
Right.
After they had said this is going to be, you're being a bitch this morning, Patty. Carolyn sits on the border. Thank you very much.
The border of what?
Yeah.
Of the Carolinas, North Carolina and South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Mexico and North
I would
Carolina.
imagine they can't tell people that, because somebody would feel guilty and say, "Oh, give my liver to that 6-year-old boy."
Right. So after she found out that had gone to, because we sit there for a long time until they're into the procedure, because they've opened up people and they have found stuff like cancer behind the liver and stuff like that, and they cannot do the transplant. It's terrible to say, but they're not going to waste the
Yeah.
the organ
Yeah.
on somebody
Oh,
that's probably
absolutely.
not going to last.
Absolutely.
And but anyway, Roberta's like, well, she was so glad the little boy was able to take the part of the organ.
Yeah.
So
I just watched a video of somebody had lost their YouTuber. She's got like 100 and some thousand subscribers. She just lost on Christmas, as a matter of fact. How horrible for her. She laid her 3-month-old baby down for a nap, and she went in there. He wasn't breathing and stuff. Well, they brought him back and got him to the hospital, but his brain was dead. And well, she ended up, she had a hard time. She always said she was going to be a organ donor and whatever. And well, then they told her as soon as he goes into the OR to harvest the organs, that would be her goodbye. And her and her husband had plans of holding him until he was gone,
Oh.
So she struggled with that, whether or not to let him be a donor, because she didn't want to lose that time with him,
Right.
Well, she ended up deciding to let them harvest his organs. And his I'm sorry, I'm emotional with this. She decided to go ahead with it, and his liver was given to, I think, a 7-month-old.
Oh.
And I can't remember what else was given to another, like a year-old boy or something. Anyways, I mean, it just, it's tragic that little boy had to die and everything, but then he became an angel. He saved 2 lives.
Right.
Just from him passing away, which, I mean, if he was going to be taken anyways, but the thing that pisses me off the most is that people attacked her. She's had to shut off all of her comments on all of her videos because people attack her.
Yeah.
For her decisions that she made. She took like a picture of her holding his hand and stuff and posted on her Instagram. And she said, well, I share every aspect of my life with you guys. And I figured I should share this also,
Yep.
And I mean, her viewers were there when through her whole pregnancy. They were there through the birth of her baby. Of course she would share that stuff with them, and people just attacked her that she was trying to profit off of his death.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
What nasty stuff for
you
do,
I am the sweet caring guy that I am.
Yeah.
But at the point that I kissed Roberta before they put her under total anesthesia, to take her into the, prepping her for the operating room, I was under the impression that I might never see her alive again.
Right.
Yeah.
I really don't give a flying fuck what anybody thought.
Yeah.
Because until you've lived through that,
yeah,
you don't know, you don't know what they say. You don't know. You've never lived through it.
No.
Don't tell me whether I was right or wrong. But one thing Roberta and I we've talked about, we have these little, when we're driving along for 4 hours and have nothing really to talk about. We do the what if we won the lottery thing, and one of the things that we've talked about is it'd be nice to have a bunch of money, so foster kids that are on the transplant list for whatever. Be foster parents or adoptive parents, because we know the routine.
Right.
And foster parents don't. And I'm gonna tell you what, it is a pain in the ass to have to go. Before she had the transplant, we were going twice a week for them to pull blood. It is a major ordeal, and because I wonder whether these kids are getting the care that they should get. because of this, because of their ailment.
Right.
So, that's something we've talked about. What if? But so there's my little tearjerker story. And I'm sorry to bring y'all down.
Yeah. I mean, that is the thing that we talk about life and death and everything in between, on this channel. And, definitely there's not going to be any backlash against, anybody on any decisions. And if there are,
Yeah.
you're going to get it. You be prepared, because you're going to get some backlash too.
But I'm telling you right now, when it's time for me to kick the bucket, I expect all of you to come to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I want all of you ladies dressed in black with black hats and veils and all this kind of stuff. And I just want you crying and squalling and carrying on. Big Daddy, Sweet Daddy's gone.
You know what? We're going to have a big old party when you're gone.
Well, that's the next thing.
I'm going to print
just
out
totally freak out all of my friends and relatives out here.
On Julie.
Then I want y'all to set the bar up.
Yep.
Because I went to a meeting of the friends, or the receiving of the friends at a funeral, and they had a full, not a full bar, but a full a banquet. Not finger foods, hors d'oeuvres, stuff like that. Heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Never heard of such thing.
Yeah.
We do the thing.
I want somebody to throw a big old party when I go. Yep. Drinks and everybody get drunk and put 80s music on and dance their little tushies off, and that's right.
You must have a different set of friends, little tushies.
Wow.
Have you seen this crowd?
Figure of speech. But yeah, I mean, everybody has, different thoughts about that, and we're not going to live forever, and that's the thing. Everybody's gonna have their time. So
yep. I told my husband and my kids that my online friends are just as important to find out about my death as everybody else. I told them, I said, don't you forget about my online friends.
Did anybody see the?
I'm really sorry to hear that, Julie. Sorry.
Say what, Maggie?
I'm sorry. I was just responding to Julie.
Yeah.
Did anybody see the episode of Golden Girls when I think it was Sophia's son died, and all of his poker buddies showed up, and they were wearing the black dresses and the hats and veils, and
oh yeah, because he was a cross-dresser.
He was a cross-dresser. But these guys he'd been playing poker with for like all his adult life.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, because a friend of mine, I guess I was in my 20s, he passed away. And they had an African-American lady, an old African-American lady that basically raised him. And she sat on the front pew with his mom and daddy and just cried and cried and cried and cried. And it got to the point that you could hear snickering. Even his father was snickering because she was just so distraught about losing her baby. Mm-hmm. And, even though she was just his nanny, but she'd been with him all his life, and she was just wailing. But it was sad. It was funny, but it was sad because she did love him a lot. But so, on a happy note, yesterday, Valerie and I were talking about taking a cruise in 2021 and getting everybody together. And I did some quick research yesterday, and to try to make it where everybody, other than the people that live in the immediate area, would have about the same amount of driving time if you chose to drive. it would probably be like New Orleans or San Francisco, New Orleans or Galveston, Texas, which would put like the people in the northeast corner and the northwest corner about 16 hours of driving.
Well, I can imagine somebody that's that far away probably isn't going to drive.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
I'm
like,
just
you know,
I'm just
Bridget.
looking at it. You know,
Yeah.
if somebody's
Yeah.
got a couple of kids, they got to bring with them. You know, and they
Yeah.
do the driving thing, and that would be a 7-day cruise. And honestly, it's the 7-day cruises are the best bang for your buck because you're getting a couple of more days for just a little bit more money.
How much
Uh,
is it?
Well, it ranges from $600 per person to like $1,400 per person if you want a suite.
16,
$600.
6 to 14.
6 to
Yeah.
14.
Depending on the cabin quality, the
Depending on
category
where
of cabin
where
you get.
want. Yeah. Yeah.
Like if
And,
you want a terrace or something.
Like a
you,
balcony,
Right.
yeah,
it's gonna be more.
honestly, the interior rooms, which are like the lower price, and I was looking at their best deals too.
Mhm.
You know, you're not in these cabins a lot.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, you're not. You usually
gonna
get
go
up
there
and
to
you usually
sleep.
get on with the business.
They're asleep.
Yeah. Now we had one with a balcony the last time. We had a balcony, and we would go out there, and if Roberta got up and she didn't feel well, we'd go out and sit on the balcony. And I would go up. I went up to the buffet and brought back down like bacon and croissants and stuff like that. Other than that, we weren't in the room, and so there's nothing wrong with interior rooms.
And they're not. They're small. They're very small rooms.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not like a hotel room. They're very small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Said, you're going there to sleep basically. So,
Yeah.
Is there a bathroom in the room?
oh yes.
yeah,
Okay.
bathroom, shower. You got a
Yes, it's
you got
a
a bathroom. You got a shower.
No, you got to shit in the pool, Sally.
you got all that.
Damn it, not again.
You
so
got to balance on the edge of the railings on the ship. Hope you don't fall in. Bring a buddy that has a life preserver for you.
Yeah. But so is that Tom? Is that to Bahamas?
the one from Galveston is like Cancun, the Caymans, and
Hi, Rita.
and one other place I can't remember. And then the one out of New Orleans is like Key West, Nassau, and their private island.
Okay. Now, for each of those, do you have to have a passport?
Not right now that you don't.
Okay. Okay.
I would get one. I mean, it's going to be a case where you're going to have one eventually. So,
Right.
Right.
if you got the extra funds to go ahead and get one, then I would go ahead and get one.
No,
Right.
he
Yeah.
said 600 per person.
Per person.
On those, you can just get a passport card, though.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for the full-fledged passport.
Remember
When my daughter went to the Bahamas, she could just get a passport card, and it was like,
you can
way
still use a
cheaper than
driver's
regular
license in Bahamas for right now.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. But I know that after October, the special license and all
Yeah.
that is going to be required if if you're flying in the States,
Right.
Um,
Yeah, you're gonna have to have one of the ones with the star on it, whatever
Yeah.
they call it, a real license.
Right.
You're gonna have them to enter federal buildings and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, I have to get one.
So-
So anyway, I was trying to find something central.
Mhm.
across the country. And if we like it, you know, everybody has a good time. And if we, you know, we can get it together, and if everybody likes it, we might do something like, you know, Baltimore has this thing where you fly to Baltimore and you go to Baltimore, you leave there and you go down to the Bahamas, and then you come back up and spend a couple of days in Bermuda.
Oh, I like Bermuda.
And then, you know, out of California, you can go out of California and you hit, like, you know, you sail down the coast to like a couple of different you go to what's the island called? Catalina. You go to Catalina, and then you go down to a couple of ports in Mexico. But like I said, the first time I was trying to get us looking at what's available on the central part of the, you know, the country to kind of make it convenient for everybody.
Sounds good. I'm in.
All your
I mean,
food.
really, I mean, if you didn't spend much money and you drove there, you probably could get on that cruise for $1,000, huh?
And I'm, you know, I haven't done any looking as far as do we get, you know, discounts because of groups and whatnot.
Right.
So, and I also was going to, you know, if we did it, I was thinking about hitting up some of the people that supply either software or whatnot to resellers, and see if they wanted to, of course, pay their own way and come in and do some, you know, come along and have a little setup one day or something of that sort, you know.
Yeah,
maybe get a little money out of them, you know, to offset some kind of cost on it.
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, it's probably going to cost with taxes. I'll be honest with you, with taxes and with tip. You're probably going to look at about, at the bottom end, about $750 a person.
Yeah.
That's all.
But
Keep in mind, your food is included. A cruise includes all your food.
Yeah, all your food. It does not include liquor. It does not include beer.
But all your meals. Yeah.
All your food, all day long, all night long.
Yeah.
So what if you like stop in somewhere and you get off the boat, and then so you would have to pay your food off the boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you get back on the boat and eat?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, eat?
Okay.
No, you cannot bring food back on the ship.
No. Can you get back on the boat and eat?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
leave
yeah.
in the morning, come back at lunchtime, eat your food there, go back out.
Okay.
As long as you're there by the
Departure
ending
time.
time to leave, then yeah.
And they will leave your ass if you're not back and you're not on one of their tours.
They will.
Go
You don't even have to go off the boat if you don't want to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
When we go to the Bahamas, we don't even leave the boat because Nassau is, but
yeah.
Once you've been to Nassau and you've done the shopping, and you've gone over to Atlantis and seen the pool and the aquarium over there, you've done it. Unless you're real young and you want to go parasailing, scuba diving, and stuff like that.
Right.
No.
if the boat goes down, Joanna, we all go down together. And we videotape it on the way down. That's clickbait for the next morning show, right?
Yes.
But yeah, it sounds great.
So, you know, look, all the food's included, and you can pay you pay all the taxes, port taxes up front. You can pay all the tipping up front too. So literally, once you step on the ship, okay. And I was looking at Carnival because that's who we use. That's who we go on Carnival. And it's also not quite as expensive as the rest of them. And we have not had any bad experiences with them. It's you can carry, like if Sally and, well, I'm not gonna say if, Sally and Brandon go, Sally likes Coke and Brandon likes Pepsi. They can each bring a 12-pack of canned drinks on board with you.
But
Blue
my
bottles.
question is, will Brandon wear clothes?
Well, if not, then Sally's going to be awful lonely because she's going to be in that room by herself because they'll put him off the ship or he'll be in the brig.
Well, chicken fried steak, I'm sure they have somebody they can call to come and tow them.
What's that?
I am
She
sure
said, even ever see when them things break down like an old Chevy just a floating there? Not me.
They have
Yeah.
life jackets. You do a boat drill before you even leave port.
Yeah.
Used to be once you like, normally the ships leave like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Normally after they were out of the harbor, they would do boat drills. Well, by federal law now, they have to do the boat drills before they leave.
And everybody has to do the boat drill.
And believe me, they will come find you.
Yes, they
If
will.
you've checked in on the ship and you're supposed to be on the ship, they scan your card to let you just make sure you're where you're supposed to be at.
Yep.
And if they don't find you, if you're not there, they will send people down to your cabin.
Yeah.
And knock on the door nicely the first time and say, you know, ship
Yeah,
staff.
they'll
The second
be
time they're
tracking you
using
down.
their pass key and coming on in.
Yeah. They'll
So
be tracking you down, so you can't get out of that.
And
But-
you know, the only time I've really had any kind of concern about ship motion, if you think you might get seasick, is when we went in '94 and we went through Hurricane Dolly.
Mhm.
And that's because we couldn't go around it. We were headed straight to the Cayman Islands because we had a medical emergency on board. And the captain came on and said, I'm sorry, but we've got to go straight through it to get to the Caymans so they can get the person back on a flight back to the US.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
if
we
you
spend
think- If you think you're going to get sick, you know, be prepared. Take some Dramamine, take some,
right.
you know, get a couple of patches, you know, and
Yeah, get stuff for your
just,
dog.
just in case.
Because you're going to want to take a little, you're going to want to put together your own little med bag, you know,
Sure.
ibuprofen,
Yeah.
Tylenol, you know, Gas-X, Pepto, all that kind of stuff. You want to put a little bit in a Ziploc bag because that crap is expensive on
Sure.
board.
Hi, Dildon.
Hey,
And I
man.
think that would be cool because then if we don't want to be, we don't have to be with each other all the time.
No.
No, you don't.
No.
And there's plenty of places to go.
Yeah, on the ship, there's plenty of places to go.
Yeah, there's lots of places to
You
go.
know, you got usually two pools usually at least.
Yeah.
If you guys irritate the hell out of me, I'll want to know.
That's right. You're going to go get on a ship with us, right? Now, here's what's going to happen. We're going to all be on a ship together, and the zombie is going to happen while we're on the ship,
Yeah.
which is okay because
That's all
we can just anchor off someplace and throw some fishing lines over so we can eat.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I mean, there's got to be ground rules though, like no Speedos, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
That's what Hank said. Naked man will be in a Speedo doing the Macarena with silver hair.
Hey,
I was going to say something.
No.
Oh, he is there.
Oh, I know what it was. If you've got little kids or even up to teenagers, they have like Kid Carnival, Club Carnival, Club C, and something else, which you can take your child to, and and they have all these activities planned for them for during the day. So if you just want to take them, if you want to take them and you want to have some alone time with your spouse, then you know you take them down there and they play and whatnot. And they closed down one of the bars. They closed down one of the bars a couple of nights during the cruise for and they take all the alcohol from behind the bar and they open up the bar for like a teen club dancing and stuff like that. And you know we've never, I mean, our children were late teens when we took them, but the people that we've talked to that have smaller children or you know teenagers, they say it works out good because everybody's occupied. It gives mom and dad some time together, And like this one couple said, the kids did whatever they wanted to on the ship while they were with the club. But everybody knew that when it came to sit down for dinner that night, everybody was sitting down at the table.
Right.
Yeah.
And they do
They'll be
shore
so-
excursions too. So like I said, you know, Joanna's got 2 little kids. You know, there's something for them to do. And so you can socialize, or you and the boss man can work on kid number 3, you know, that type of thing. Just remember those walls are paper thin.
Yep, they are.
If you cough, you can hear the person in the,
Yep.
they can hear you in the next door.
Yep.
So anyway, think about it. You can, we were looking at May of next year. That was just, you know, that's after tax returns and stuff like that. You can make payments. You can make a, you know, you make a down payment and start making payments.
Yep.
And we could, you know, we always, I mean, we could write where we've gone, we could pay for it up front, but if we've made it, if we've booked it far enough advance, we make payments.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're
That's the
paying
best
interest
way
or
to
anything
go.
like that.
That's really
But like I said, you know, you can bring on a 12-pack of soda for every person in your party. So that cuts, you know, that because you can, sodas cost extra. Juice cost, you know, except the juice they have down at the buffet.
Yeah.
That is
Oh, they
extra.
allow you to bring soda with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, if y'all got deep pocketbooks and want to fly to Orlando, we could go out on the Disney one, and you know they cover all the sodas. You don't pay extra for sodas and things like that, and you can also bring beer and wine on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
another thing. You can bring 1 bottle of wine per person on board. So that kind of, you know, if you're looking at how much is it's going to cost, you know, that's some savings right there.
Yeah.
You know, you can bring a couple of bottles of Mad Dog 2020 with you if you want to.
Right.
Alcohol that you purchase you know, at ports of calls, they hold it in a locker until you get ready to leave. So you can't buy liquor and bring it on.
Right.
If you're caught bringing liquor on board with you, they will take it from you and hold it till you come back. You get off the ship. Yeah, no mankinis. Maggie's, man, I'm not sure about Maggie. Maggie's all into these Speedos and mankini things here. So anyway, think about it. You know, talk to your significant other.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then you might be able to find a woman then too.
Sounds like
And-
a blast.
Now, a person that's, you know, got a cabin as a single is more expensive because
Sure.
of course they're not getting 2 people.
Sure.
So you're going to count on like 1.5 times. So think about it. Just let us know what you think about.
Yeah.
I mean, would you be more interested? I mean, like I said, I was trying to make it convenient for everybody going to, you know, using New Orleans or Texas. I personally would like Charleston, but that's me, you know, because I'm 3 hours away from it.
Right.
I'm 1 Cracker Barrel away from it.
Yeah.
Just think about it.
Yeah.
Let's see what kind of interest is there, because you're going to, if you go to like eBay Live or something like that, you're going to pay $300 just to get in the damn door,
Right.
Right.
plus all your expenses.
Yeah.
And if we got enough people, maybe we could do something about, you know, do some kind of like reselling,
Oh,
Yeah.
talking,
I mean,
you know, maybe
Yeah.
somebody from eBay would like to come down there since they can put it off their expense account, or
Yeah.
Macquarie or Prairie Dirt or one of those, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
I think it's a great idea, and I definitely want to do it. I
Yeah,
think
me
it's
too.
a great opportunity, and I think if you know, and wanting to do it, and you know, making the arrangements and you know everything. I mean that, you know, that all comes together. But yeah, I definitely want to go forward with it. Get some more information and
Oh, yeah,
you know,
Michael
what
and I
needs to
will
be done.
get-
I think it's a perfect time. Why not, you know, start planning for a trip in May when you can be, you have plenty of time.
Yeah.
So,
It's like May the 4th.
May the
It-
4th.
Yeah, around May the 4th. It was
Okay.
like the first week of, and it's a Saturday to a Saturday cruise.
Okay.
So that would, you know, if
What's the week? What's the date?
May
it's
4th.
like May the 4th.
Oh, I don't think.
But once we found out about how many people would want to go, then I'll just put together some rough numbers to say, this, you know, these two ships, these two dates, one's Galveston, one's New Orleans.
Yeah.
And what, you know, the possible cost is going to be, so we can make a final decision. Then I'll go to, we have a company down here that does nothing but book cruises, and I thought I'd go down there and say, look, we got 20 couples that want to go on a cruise together, and this is when we're looking at what can you, you know, what can you do for us?
Sounds
And
good.
I haven't looked, but if anybody gets time, they're sitting in the doctor's office or something. I don't know whether there is like a cruise line on, I mean, a cruise company, not a cruise company, a company that books like company cruises or, you know, event cruises where they're dealing with large numbers of people. But I was gonna look into that too. So anyhow, yeah, Joanna, you need to take, I would like to go on a cruise. I'd like to go on a Disney cruise with Maggie and Michael and Chris and Bridget, because Maggie and Bridget would be like two little kids running around. Oh, there's Cinderella. There's Cindy. Let's go. So anyway, think about it. It's way past my appointed hour. It's 11:30. Y'all keep it in mind and maybe talk about it over the weekend.
Yeah.
And maybe
talk
first
about
part
it
of the
more.
week we can decide something, see what's going to happen.
Okay. Alrighty. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great day. Get lots of sales. And
You got to pay for a cruise.
we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.